Adam and Wack 101. And we're back.
Today is definitely going to be 101.
Yeah?
Because there's been a lot of teachings going on, and I don't know if students been paying attention.
Much has happened since I last saw you.
Yeah, some shit really, it's probably good it happened how it happened.
Forex losing his hand feels like ancient history at this point.
Yeah, it's really like a thing of the past.
Well, it's been like a week.
Yeah, but it's kind of like, I think what it is if he would have lost his hand like on a Magic Mountain roller coaster ride and something happened, people would still be into it. But the more the story comes out,
I feel like we got to be careful to not talk about this in such a callous way. People would still be into it.
No, because here's the thing. Initially, I thought Forex was holding it and his buddy went to light it and then maybe it went off, right? I just kind of learned the other day they were in a car.
That's what I heard.
So respectfully, when people hear stuff like that, it's like when you hear something one way, right? Like you hear like, all right, man, dude got hit because he was saving a kid in the middle of the street and the car struck his hip, but he got the kid out the way. It's like, oh shit, that's conversation. People kind of got feelings and emotions for that. They champion that. But then you hear like, oh man, dude broke his leg because he jumped off the top of the building high off PCP. Be like, yo, dude burnt out.
Okay. I feel like
we don't really trip it.
The issue isn't that this is like not an interesting enough story. The issue is just that we, as people who have extremely short attention spans, just move on to the next thing so quickly. I will remind you that Donald Trump got shot in the ear, almost in the head, and that everybody had completely moved on like 48 hours later.
Yeah, but you know what the narrative was. The dumbest narrative that trumped everything. He had it done on purpose, right? People started to push that narrative.
I'm surprised people didn't say that about the Forex thing. I mean, I just watched a clip of Joe Budden saying that he didn't believe it, at least in part because he doesn't believe anything that I say.
Well, maybe that's a shot at you because he hasn't taken one in a while. No, but you took several shots at Joe.
But whatever. That was a long time ago. All I'm saying is that Joe Budden still is doing the thing that I thought was personally pretty annoying already. Like the day that it happened, a lot of people, King Pill notably, was hitting me up, basically telling me like, I know that shit AI. I know you're running a play. No, a lot of people thought it was fake. I was hoping it was fake. Yeah. My first thing to Lupe and Remo was, tell me this ain't real. Right. Right? Not that it was AI. I was hoping he was running a play. Because you can't even bring yourself as a man. Bro, he just had a birthday. He just turned 36 or so? Something like that? Something like that. 37 maybe?
As a man, a middle-aged man, that's middle age. You halfway through 70, right? And we're thinking at the time his whole hand is gone. Right. Him being him, right? To have to mentally deal with that. Yeah. And it's not your left. It's your right. It's the one you depend on the most, the one you use the most.
The one that you've been telling us that you're very, very good with for the entirety of the time that we knew you.
So I'm bracing myself. The trolling didn't bother me, because I immediately injected myself with anti-troll, don't get mad. Yeah, you can. Because they coming. Yeah, you can. I knew certain people was coming, and I knew that if I responded, they would keep coming. Right? So it was like, all right, cool. He's alive. He can walk. I'm still a little worried about his vision. Same. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what that is, but long as he can see, it's other things they can do as far as, enhancement with glasses and things and so forth.
And he just released photos in the hospital. And I'm actually kind of unsure because in some of the photos, it looks like he's like squinting and shit. Like his eyes look kind of different. And then in some of the photos, his eyes look like they're wide open, but that doesn't necessarily mean that his vision is totally bad.
Well, when damage is done to these intricate parts behind our eye, even that has to heal. You know what I'm saying? So I'm pretty sure they probably don't want him in the sun.
I was looking into it, just asking ChatGPT and everything, and it was basically saying that it's not that uncommon for you to lose a significant amount after something like that and to get it back later. One thing that kind of pissed me off is that Lupe called me yesterday and basically told me that she got fired as his manager because people in his family basically think that she's the one who outed the fact that he is having difficulties with his vision, which is actually not true. You're in that group chat with me and Remo.
Lupe.
She did not say anything about that. And if anything, I think that she was kind of fudging the truth by telling us that his vision was fine.
Lupe said, I remember, she said, he's good, right? He has a little damage to his hand. It's not bad. Other than that, he's the same old Forexer. She never mentioned nothing about no eyesight. She never sent no photos or pictures.
Right.
Actually, I'm going to be real. It's his homies that's sending the photos.
Really?
Who else was in that parking lot left?
I don't know. I think they tried to lock it down right away because it's like you would have thought that you would have seen clips of him being loaded into the ambulance.
I got a
photo. We
photo.
Really didn't see a lot from that.
I got a photo that come from somebody on his side that he sent to somebody that, you know.
Really?
Yeah, like I won't get nobody because I don't want to come out. You know what I'm saying? So, but it definitely didn't come from no damn Lupe. But one thing, listen. Motherfuckers say what they want about Lupe. Lupe's not going against the grain.
Yeah, no, she loves the guy.
Yeah, she ain't going against the grain.
It's kind of weird because, all right, so I sent him a voice note like early on, and then today, before he actually posted the photos, I went to send him another voice note, and I noticed his numbers coming up green right now. So I'm not really sure if he's even bothering to charge his phone or where he's at exactly with that. So I don't know. I'm a little bit concerned.
It's a mental, you got to remember, like, respectfully, right? Thinking about you and what you represent, thinks about him having to talk about it and expose whatever he's going through. Because you just genuinely wanted to go see him as a brother, right? That's it. But thinking about you, he thinks about this table.
Yeah, like somebody told me that he thought that I wanted to go there and film, which obviously that's totally, I didn't even mention that idea. Obviously it's totally in his hands. And that's the weird thing about it is that, and see, every single thing I say, they're going to act like it was like a fucking joke. Cause like even in the first one I said, fingers crossed, people are like, oh, look, he's intentionally clowning him. That was not on purpose. But all I'm saying is that I obviously am trying to just let him get better. If he wants to do content, if he wants to do whatever, we can get to it. But first and foremost, we're concerned about him just being good and really just his mental health in general, because there's going to be a lot of shit for him to get used to, even if it's just the hand. And also in that photo that came out, you could see that there's something going on with his left hand too. Like his left hand is bandaged up too. I don't know if it was just burnt or if anything could have happened there too.
Bro, like originally I thought all this happened in the open.
Yeah.
It totally changes when you're talking about inside of a car.
Yeah.
Because now the blast is going to dominate even more.
Yeah.
It's here. So when I heard he was a passenger and the other dude took the damage he took to the side of his face and it was Forexer's right hand, now I'm imagining being the passenger, something getting lit and you trying to toss it out that window, or him coming this way, finna toss it that way.
But if it was contained inside the car,
it had to be dead center.
Yeah.
For dude to take because I'm hearing he kind of missing a portion of his face.
But do you know who the other guy was? I haven't heard at all.
Yeah, we definitely know who he is.
Okay. But is this someone we know?
He's somebody. Well, he's somebody everybody know. But he from over there. You know what I mean? But he not. I don't know him for being on social media, but he's definitely, you know, people know who he is, right? He a G, right? He older dude, right? So I'm gonna let them, it's obvious they haven't really showed him or even really mentioned him, so I'm gonna let the 40s or his family, you know, be the ones to do that. But just thinking about the whole situation of it, I ran it. Either he went to throw it out and it bounced back, or he reached over here to toss it out the window here and it went off. You know what I'm saying? So either way it go, it's one of those things that you got to live with that you wish you could take back. I've usually committed those things in A, relationship, or B, going to jail.
Right.
But you just do it.
I mean,
third, his last trip, I went to see him, set him down, because I'm the only one, like when he flips, don't nobody want to go around him. Like my whole team, any of us flip, don't nobody go around us but us, right? He ready to do something to everybody. I set him down, talk to him. He does what he always does. This 1,000-mile stairway I know he hearing me. Next thing I know, collect call. I don't see him for 13 years. And I guarantee you that was one of them times where he wished, damn, right? So it happens to all of us that we did something, made a decision that we wish we could take back. This one is just he's dealing with his physical aspects, and I'm glad his face ain't gone.
Yeah.
And us knowing 4 extras, he cocky enough and his ego is big enough to where he's gonna make sense out of it anyway.
Right.
His recovery time, if it take most people to recover in a year, he gonna do it in 3-4 months. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's just, okay, you can imagine a scenario where he comes back and he's still got that energy, that personality, his hand is fucked up, but he's able to keep rapping, keep podcasting. Yeah, the boxing shit is probably off the table, or at least like heavily modified. Yeah. I feel like if he comes back with that energy, he's good. But I feel like it's wise for him to not pop out until he's got his mind right. You know, he shouldn't be in any kind of hurry to be like demonstrating who he is again to the people until he gets his confidence back or whatever it might be that's kind of slowing him down.
I don't think his confidence is gone. I just think he wants his hand to heal how it's going to heal so he can do what he going to do. His confidence ain't gone.
Right.
I'm going to tell you that right now.
Well, maybe with the hand.
I'm cocky, so I know how that is.
But if the narrative about his vision is true, then I'm worried. Because I feel like that's going to be something that would change his life big time.
We might see him in some glasses or even some contacts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that would be great.
I don't think he's all the way gone. It might be damaged. He might have lost some of it. But shit, you see Trap Lord got Coke bottles on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He tell you take them off. He said, Wack, I can't see nothing.
He doesn't even have a good story.
Who?
Trap Lord. He was just born with up vision. Bad genetics. It's a UK thing. So, in America, we have good eyesight.
I've been making some calls for him because I got a few people that's like into that type of stuff.
Okay.
Cats like Will.i.am.
Oh, really?
Will.i.am showed me a bodysuit 8 years ago.
You think Will.i.am is going to get him a prosthetic hand?
No, I think listen, I'm going to be real with y'all. Y'all underestimate that dude.
Really?
I want you to do, one day I'm going to get him to come in and sit down with a close friend of mine.
I love that idea.
But he was showing me the cloning machines 12, 13 years ago at the studio. Studio is sick, right? But I remember him showing me a bodysuit for people that couldn't walk, that they were designing for like people paralyzed. Once you get in the suit, they could walk, move around. But so I put in a few calls to him to get back to me to see, because he's in those circles, though he's partners in those type of circles, to see if they doing something. Because Will.i.am come from East LA, come from the projects, come from the hood. And he loves to help our people. You know what I mean?
Will.i.am hood vlog.
I mean, Will.i.am has a school for the youth teaching kids how to code.
Oh, that's what's up.
Literally. Like,
probably going to have to shut that down because it's all going to replace by AI.
Well, I don't know it now. He's probably just
not like right
adjust.
away,
but he also created the thing for the Mercedes to where when you're driving and stopping, your music is adjusting to the, Google that. Like Will.i.am is into a whole lot of stuff. People just don't know it, right? I wouldn't have known it, but we got close over the last decade and a half or so. And it's cool, but that's my thing. I've really been trying to figure out in my own head, what could I do to offer him to do?
4 extra?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of what I've been thinking about too. Like, okay,
you know what I'm saying?
What direction should he go career-wise?
I believe, I'm gonna be real. I believe, me personally, 4 Extras has a story.
Yeah.
I believe 4 Extras could do a series. I really believe that. And that's something that can get him ahead. Right? And then from that, you know, he can figure out other things. I believe he has a story and he has a series. The touchy part about it with Nephew is, can he stay his ass out to complete it?
Yeah. No, definitely.
You get what I'm saying? But he has a story. His neighborhood love him. You know, he got a story. I mean, look, bro, I hate to say it, but as crazy as he is, everything that comes his way, he endures it. We didn't watch him get out of jail for a week, go back and be on the phone. Yup, I'll be right back. I'm back in here and whatever. Yeah. I'm like, bro. And some people say he like it in night that he like it in jail. I think he just knows how to adjust and deal with the situations that he put in.
Right.
And I think even with this, we not finna see no Debbie Downer 4 Extras. Yeah. I don't see that.
That would be the thing that killed me, because when I was even watching, we got a vlog that's coming out maybe today when the people see this, where he went go-kart racing with Ralphie and a bunch of the no jumper guys and stuff, and it's just like his energy is just so high. He's having so much fun all the time. He turns any situation into the 4 Extras show. Like, he just hypes everybody up from just being around, and that's the main thing that I'm, I guess, a little worried about, is just that, like, I hope he still has that same charm that people like fell in love with. So I don't know. I still like it's weird getting back to regular life and just doing podcasts and stuff. Like, our boy didn't just have this like insanely traumatic thing happen to him. And it's even worse because you got the internet and, like, you know, it's like, I know he's in there. He's probably not online that much or whatever, but I'm just seeing so many people just hating on me, hating on people here, acting like everybody is just like turning on him or whatever. And I'm like kind of worried, like, is he falling for these fucking narratives that he's probably hearing secondhand from people? Well, I don't necessarily know. I'm just kind of worried that.
First and foremost, it wasn't a no jumper event it happened at. No jumper didn't give him the fireworks. Right, so 4 Extras ain't gonna look at you or nobody in this building like they responsible for what happened. Right, I don't believe that. A lot of people gonna say, Adam, you're responsible. What you gonna do? Right. I mean, let me explain something to you. I remember spraining my ankles, both of them, when I was heavy in the trucking business. Right, when I was driving my own personal truck. When I called in and told them I sprained my ankles, shit, I had to call my workers' comp people that luckily I did, because I was an independent contractor, right? The job, they like, all right, shit, let us know when you're ready to come back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's just how that works, right? So, you know, when you're running a business, people get paid when they do a job. You get what I'm saying? It's on us to have our own private insurance and things like that. But the internet, they don't have nothing on you, so they got to put something on you.
But from what I understand, like, the internet is part of the problem because of the fact that his sisters are the primary ones who have been taking care of him since the shit went down in the hospital and everything. And apparently they're not super internet fluent, or they don't spend a ton of time online. So perhaps to them, they're having a hard time understanding all this craziness that's going on, and they're probably seeing all these weird memes. It's like, it's got to be weird to be a person who's not terminally online and your brother loses a bunch of fingers.
Yeah, they see
and then all of a sudden you have to watch an AI video that someone made of him sitting right here there with the firework going off in his hand, which is like, you know, I've just seen so many insane
and they're
things.
Thinking, did you do it?
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I get that.
I mean, like, if you're not super online, if you're not tapped into all this stuff, it might be
I'm going to tell you what I watched you do.
You love this, huh?
No, I watched you. No, this is real talk.
Okay.
Watch a dude go to jail 2-3 times and hold his position.
I thought you were switching over to another topic, but yeah.
I watched you. No, listen, bro, you don't get that. I don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? I watched you. He went to jail 2-3 times and you held his position. So it's a lot of value in that.
Right.
I watched you go over there to his neighborhood and support his video. Right. I watched you take it and put it up on your platform. Right. And I'm going to speak on it. Bro, I got a lot of seniority in this building, I feel like, over the last couple years with you, right? And I had to pull teeth getting some shit up on the page. No, listen, and I'm not tripping. That just showed the genuine love you have for him. I know what you thinking, like, Wack, you're Wack.
Right.
Dude just got out. He trying to come up, get his clout. I'm helping build him. Cool. So when I see certain things, I know what that means, right? I'm like, okay, Adam got real love for him because I know how you operate around here. Certain shit is just cut and dry is what it is. Right. So, you know, at the end of the day, he still hasn't contacted you?
No. And honestly, I haven't heard anybody say that they've spoken to him besides the people who have actually gone there. And I don't know, like, the people that are the closest to him, I guess, but I don't know anybody who's talked to him.
I wouldn't read into it in a negative way. You know, maybe nephew just kind of getting his mind together. You know what I'm saying? And he probably knows, I know where Adam's at. I know where he's at.
And for a lot of people like myself, not going online for a couple days or a week is almost unthinkable. Like I've never done that. Like I've just never gone a day without checking Instagram and Reddit and YouTube and all this shit. For him, I feel like he's not terminally online. Like I feel like for him, just like letting his phone die and just being in his own world while he's dealing with this shit is probably a lot more intuitive to him. Like that's just, I don't think he's as internet obsessed as many of us. But
bro, you know, he's in another world. Yeah. We don't even know what world he's in because none of us have not been threatened knowing we done lost part of our body. You get what I'm saying?
None of us, most of us don't really know what this is
We
like.
don't know what that's like.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So, you know, mentally, I know in the long run, he gonna be all right. He's a warrior. He ain't a soldier. He's a warrior. You know what I mean? He's one of those dudes who come from dictating something and dealing with adversities when they're in front of him. But, you know, me personally, I just been kind of giving thought to things I know I got going on outside of this that I could probably like, okay, listen, nephew, you want to come over here and do this, do this. I do know it's something you can do. You being you, me being me, we can probably through the no jumper type of politics and the people I know kind of probably walk into and get a meeting at Netflix to do that series because a lot of content they're gonna want to use from him here and know that you behind it to make it bigger. So, you know, I could put in a call or two to one of the dudes we know and a close friend I know up at Paradigm and start working that. Matter of fact, I'm gonna start putting it together just in case he wants to go that way.
Yeah, I mean, like,
you know what I'm saying?
You know, the first thing that comes to mind is like, are they really trying to make shows about people who have done, you know, like dozens of interviews and vlogs, and there's already so much information about them out there for free on the internet? But then I think of somebody like Liver King, and he had a Netflix documentary recently, and I mean, nobody's more overexposed than Liver King in terms of doing every podcast, putting out reels every day, etc. So I feel like there probably is a version of that because that's what like I've been thinking about this whole time.
It's only 1-4 extras out of the West Coast,
but bro. It's like, is this like I've known people throughout my life in the BMX game, in rap, etc., who like suffer a major injury, and it just kind of feels like that just stops their trajectory in its path. And I feel like with him, there is a version of this in which he becomes way bigger, more successful, and is able to actually like make more out of this.
And the reason why he has more life to himself because he got a team around him.
Yeah.
Like Adam, you just real modest. But if you want to reach, you can reach. It's a bunch of people that's going to take that call from Adam 22. Straight up. You got to remember, you like the fucking, you the cash money of podcasting.
I like that.
Ack is independent right now, but that's right now. At one point in time, he come from something. This is an independent situation.
So because Ack had a deal with Spotify for a couple of years, you don't consider him truly independent?
He is not right now, but you've never had one.
No.
Right? So you got to remember, Spotify, Ack is Ack. They brought him in there because he was Ack. Prior to Ack, he had the thing with him and Joe doing Complex, it, right? Yeah. So this platform, and I've been working on some things. I didn't want to tell you. I'm just going to just bring them to you and show you what, because you barely half of what you could be. You get what I'm saying? Think about it. If you hearing about people getting 50 to 100 M's, right? And they ain't half of what you are, what does that tell you?
Who got 50 M's?
Wallow and Gilly.
I mean, hey.
No, get what I'm saying? So I've been working on it through my friends in the buildings. Yo, put it together. I wanted to make sure, I wanted to where it's just on his decision.
Anybody who's telling me, no shot to them, anybody who's telling me that they got like $100 million podcast deal, I would like to see bank records. I would like to see how this all breaks down, because this doesn't, it's hard for me to wrap my head around.
Let me explain something to you.
Sure.
I watched Wallow go cop a couple Ferraris, Lambos, couple mansions. He copping them. He built like, this is real shit. Like, bro, you know, and we know he just come on. They did a big deal, a huge deal.
So he's just buying multiple Ferraris.
No, he having fun, but he got, his bag is what it is, so it ain't no stopping it. He's good. So what I'm telling you is, I just haven't told you, but I got my people that's in them places putting together serious packages, because we're missing like 10, 15 different streams of revenue that they control. For instance, my guy, R&B, right?
Aston Martin.
Aston Martin. They called me last week.
And said what?
I guess they got an Aston Martin truck, right?
Okay.
That's worth about $350,000. They said, Wack, would y'all like to drive a truck? $50,000 for 2 years for y'all. I said, put together a package to where we can tie Aston Martin with no jumper.
They're going to charge you $50,000 to drive it for 2 years?
That ain't shit.
I know it ain't shit, but still.
But what I'm saying is, that's just the truck. They got another car. It was $15,000, right? The little two-door joint that you was driving, right? So I told them, put together a package where y'all can partner with no jumper on. You get what I'm saying? I did the same thing with Toyota. A guy, Sam, you met. I've been doing it with a lot of different people. I got my man, Andrew Ruff at Paradigm, one of the chairmen, working on packages together in a minute. So in the next couple months, I'm going to put on the table this thing of yours, right? Yeah, I'm here. I help create content, but I feel like that's not really how I'm going to lay my foundation with you. You get what I'm saying?
I need that.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Because of my reach of other things I know how to do and friends I have around me, it's on me to, I could do like other people and say, yo, let me go build my own thing and do that. But the time is right now. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? I can continue to, I can put another 10 stories on top of your 30. Right? So, you know, so that's just where we at. And like I said, with 4 extras, he know that he got a home with you.
Yeah.
And I think psychologically, he just trying to get himself right.
But do you want to tell the world how much you heard he's looking for his first interview back?
I heard he's looking for $50,000.
Yeesh.
And I will say this.
Yesterday's price is not today.
But don't nobody give a
Wait, what? You don't think people are going to pay $50,000 for that?
It's been too much.
Maybe Gilly and Wallow could
I'm going to be real. If the photos wasn't out and the conversation wasn't out, then
I'm going to be real. Like,
I think they'll pay $50,000 for a documented reenactment.
Okay, that sounds insane.
That's what $50,000 sounds.
I'm gonna put it in perspective to people how many views I would need to get in order to pay somebody $50,000. 6 million.
That's what I'm telling you.
That's gonna be tough. Yeah,
but I'm telling you,
I might have to let somebody else pay that 50 ball, and then he could come back.
But
to his
watch this.
Spot.
Somebody like Vlad,
yeah,
that has the paywall he has, right?
Yeah.
Will pay that type of money to do a reenactment that's probably 20, 30 minutes long.
Why would anybody want a reenactment?
Because
this is sick.
No, people like to see shit.
They don't like to see someone.
They do. What's the sister name? I think they did one with her. The sister name who had the car accident out of Watts. Apple Watts. They did something with her. You up on her, right?
I personally wouldn't even want to be in the business of offering to do a reenactment of him losing.
Man, let me tell you something. If 4 extras wouldn't have a problem with reenacting, standing on the court, how your day went that morning, they already got the clips of him clowning with the shit in his head.
If he wanted to do it,
shit. I mean,
sure,
listen,
we could do it. I'm just saying I'm not going to be like in a bidding war for this.
No, I'm saying if he wanted 50, if that was his thing, right?
I would never pay anybody 50 for anything ever. It just would never make sense.
Well, you can't say that.
Well,
you can't say that. That's because it depends on what the situation is, right?
I suppose.
But what I'm saying is, it is ways where that deal makes sense. Him sitting down on a podcast, right? That probably don't make sense to nobody, right?
No.
But if you give somebody 20 minutes, 15, 20, 30 minutes, a little something exclusive.
What we need is a crypto coin. Coffeezilla, what do you think of this idea? We do a 4 extra crypto coin, a meme token, whatever you want to call it. We drop that, and then that provides the income. Because literally any of those meme token people would do this.
Well, I'm going to tell you like this. People going to the feds over them type of tokens, I'm cool on that.
Okay.
Not only they going to the feds,
that's what Coffeezilla wants.
They suing the people who they doing deals with. I done seen a few people caught up in them lawsuits. Like, they'd come pay an artist to do a deal promoting it.
I heard the Hawk Tua girl gave up her Twitter.
Who?
Never mind.
Y'all don't know who that is, bro. Hawk Tua sound like a Louis to me.
It is.
That's a fact.
Well, it's like a sucking thing. Hawk Tua.
You should just go head on and go that way, bro.
I was just showing you what it would look like. Anyway, moving on. Get well soon, 4 extra. I'm hoping to talk to him in the near future. We had a situation that took place on Tuesday, and I know you've got a lot of thoughts about it.
Talking about when you got marked out.
Zero marking out happened right here.
I don't know. He put the audio out. You tried to put it out on mute. He put the audio out.
He put out.
You didn't hear what he said?
He put out that video.
Fool, my homeboy saved you. Yeah, ain't nobody between us but air and atmosphere, but my homeboy is saving you. I'm going to knock the basketballs off your wall.
I know you don't believe the things that you're saying right now.
That's what he did. That's what he said.
Because in reality, okay, so he waited today. Yesterday was the day that we were talking all about it, because today's Thursday, so Wednesday, the podcast happens Tuesday. He tries to fight me Tuesday night. We talk about it all day Wednesday. We're doing podcasts. We're talking about the whole situation. Then Thursday is today. Today he finally puts out the clip where he claims that he marked me out. And if anything,
I saw you pushed him up. I saw you push him
exactly. He does not push me at any point. Granted, my push, not a serious push. I go like that.
I get away from
a little tiny, like get out of here, you nasty, smelly bum. And then he posts the clip afterwards, which is like he has a perfect opportunity. He could have swung on me. Instead, he takes a few steps back, pulls out his phone, turns his phone on, and then all of a sudden, oh, hold me back, hold me back. Banging. You's a bitch, you's a hoe, you's a cracker.
But you know why? You know why he pulled that phone out, right?
Because he wants the content.
No. He pulled that phone out because I'm telling R&B. I said, if he go in that pod, that space behind bro,
the cubicle,
he gonna pop his ass. This a fact. I said, boy, if his ass go in that cubicle. So that's why he pulled his phone out to make you think about it.
You think that was a scary move?
Because he already had did enough to give you reason. You got to remember his persona.
Well, a lot of people are telling me that is not how it works in Los Angeles. And actually, because I said on the podcast that if he had punched me, that I would have popped him.
That's a fact.
And people are telling me that really that's not enough of a justification to do that in Southern California.
He looked like he had 5-6 gang members in there. What is he talking about? With Karen comes Darren.
And I mean, I could just imagine the arguments I could make in court. Like, hey, here, look at this video of him in his ops hood waving a gun around.
They ain't met Darren.
That was like 3 weeks ago.
They ain't met Darren. Officer, I don't know. It was a big black guy. And he had tattoos all over his face, and he pushed me, and I didn't know what it was. Other black guys. So I just shot him like 7 times.
Headshot. He had a bunch of black guys with a mirror.
Hey, what you mean 7 times? Because he had these big boobs and I didn't know what was going on.
Officer, I was scared of the Bloods.
There you go.
You know
there goes Darren.
What I would have said to the cops, if the cops shut up, I would have said, lawyer. Lawyer. Officer, nice to meet you. Lawyer. That's the only way we're going to get past this.
That's it.
Anyway, so
Alex Kessel to the rescue.
Let's go in order. So you saw the situation that took place, and you claimed in the comments on Instagram that you were very, very proud of me for instigating the situation.
Yeah.
I initially defended myself. However, when I went back to look at the footage, I really did bring it up And it wasn't out of malice. It wasn't because I knew it was going to play out that way.
You brought it up because he said shit was boring.
It was just pure ignorance on my fault because I didn't really think until it was already coming out of my mouth about the fact that Aunt Jefe was going to feel away.
That's cap. Stop it, Darren.
No,
that's cap. I'm gonna tell you why.
It was like it's happening as I'm talking, and I'm kind of realizing like,
and you knocked that shit out, bro. When you said, I'm gonna tell you why you said it. This fool is totally down in the show. Y'all doing right, man? This is boring.
He's saying the topics suck, which just for the record,
so what you
the topics do suck sometimes. This was not that weak. We had extremely interesting stuff to talk about.
I'm gonna tell you where the trigger started. You wanted to address 4 extras. He downed it. He like, oh, that ain't whatever. You let that go. Then when he said, man, this is boring. Ain't nobody this. You said, okay, let's talk about you. See, when you said to let's talk about you, you was going to put him on the spot when Aunt Jefe, because you already determined he was going to tuck his tail. And I'm going to tell you how I know that.
I thought about the fact that there would be any tension because, listen, when I brought up King Pill and the idea of having him on, Aunt Jefe did not say a word in the group chat. He did not protest.
Why did you say?
He didn't give a shit.
So why did you say you took the disses out of your song and Aunt Jefe, you don't even want to know what he said about you? What are you talking about?
This is all I'm trying to explain to you. And I'm
proud of you.
Word to my mama. Word to my mama. On the dead homies, on the dead looks, everybody. I said the thing. I said, why'd you take the disses out of your song?
Okay, that's cool.
That was a single thought.
That's cool.
Then as it's leaving my mouth,
you said what?
I kind of see a little bit of a reaction from Aunt Jefe, and I say, because actually, Aaron, you might feel a way about, or you listen. It just came out. Like I wasn't thinking. And I'm gonna be honest with you. Most of the time that me and my girl have ever had a big fight, it's because I say something without thinking about it. I say something and it just turns out to be super offensive, super mean, super up. This is not like a new thing in my life.
I was so proud of you.
But all I'm saying is people tend to attribute like evil genius to it when it's like dumbass.
I know they're gonna hate
the actual explanation.
I know they're gonna hate this.
But also that is like what you want me to do.
You know what I was doing?
You want me to set these guys up.
You know what I was doing?
Yeah.
6ix9ine boys. Yeah, Adam. Yeah, Adam. Yo, I was like, yo, this now it's up. So now I'm watching. Yeah. And here comes Dumbo. Lush. Here comes dumbass Lush.
Why does Lush get blamed for everything?
Because Lush thinks he's you. See, you can get away with shit. Adam, I programmed myself before I walked in that door. Right? 60% Wack, 40% Cash Jones. Because I know you gonna say some crazy shit.
Right.
Right? So yeah, you know that, right? So people ask me, how do you deal with Adam? I said, Adam is my therapy. He is the way that I'm getting back to normal. Because the other people, the person I am, he's not, bro. Gang banging mentality isn't normal.
Yeah.
Right? Straight up. You wanting to sock somebody out because of look isn't normal. So you are great therapy for me to get back to normal. If I can deal with you and the outlandish, sick, crazy things you say, that's getting me to normal. Right? You know, I know how to trigger you too. That's why when I get tired of it, I do shit that I know will piss you off. And I think later on when you look at this shit, you're like, he did that shit on purpose. Okay. He did this, that, and other. But that was great. Now, and Jefe is in the trick bag.
Right.
Now, I had never even heard the song. So I didn't know, right?
Have you heard it now?
Yeah, I went and listened to it today.
Because the remix that
they got 12,000 streams.
It has. Oh, you listen to the audio.
Spotify.
Well, the video that we dropped, he censored it and took it out because there's a couple of different things he says in the original one.
I remember you said you wasn't going to release it on a No Jumper platform for a reason.
Well, I said that because they filmed clips to put in it in Forrester's neighborhood or whatever. That's when I said, listen, I'm not trying to put that out on the platform. Then they censored it, and then they took those clips out. Because keep in mind, in New York, when we went to do all those vlogs with Bobby Shmurda and all that kind of shit, I'm in the car with Hit a J3, Bomb to Juno, and King Pill, and we're listening to the song. And Hit a J3, I think in that moment for the first time, realized like, yo, it's not a good idea for G Uno to be on this song because of the fact that there's stuff that you're saying in this that is meant only for your local ops in Pomona, but it's going to put Bomb to Juno in a weird position in LA. I'm not even 100% up on exactly what this is. We're a bad look or whatever. But Hit a J3 raised the issue and basically just said, from his perspective, that's not a good idea. You guys should at least take those words out because that'll show that you're being respectful of the politics, which I think was probably a good idea.
Yeah, that's real.
If it wasn't for that, I probably wouldn't even notice that he took the shit out of the song. So, I mean, me asking about it was basically just a follow-up on something that I already knew was something they were talking about.
So now it gets weird because Lush has been to start pushing the envelope because he says, I bet you didn't even know that the song was going to get that big, did you? Right? So now
I was trying to shoot somebody.
So now, and Jefe kills it. Man, we ain't for the pot because he know eventually somebody's gonna say, "Well, what did he say?"
Because you got to think about the mentality of an Ant Jefe, where he's a serious street dude. He's done a bunch of time. He's respected. He ain't had a mark out moment in the social media world, etc. You know, a lot of us are kind of used to being involved in a bunch of messy shit. He hasn't really gone through all that.
Yeah, he ain't had none.
But you know that he's getting warned and having people on his bumper and telling him, hey, No Jumper is going to basically clown you, line you up, make you look stupid at some point. And from his perspective, it's like, well, I keep going in there and doing podcasts and it's cool every time. Adam's been respectful of me, so I don't really think that's going to happen. So I feel like in Ant Jefe's head, he's on high alert where he knows that he could easily end up in a situation that would maybe make him not look the best. And he's got his guard up. He does not want to make anybody think that it's okay to clown what he's associated with. That was the only situation,
because overall, Ant's a neutral guy in the building.
He's not pressing shit like that. Yeah, he's chilling. He's doing podcasts.
Nobody has an issue with that.
No,
you get what I'm saying? Yeah. Nobody. So that situation only because what the bozo did is said, and even then he put Ant in a situation because what Ant says, you didn't diss my hood, right? Well, technically he did, because when you diss the Trey, you diss everything across the board. Right. You can't say diss and then exclude that. But Ant is coming in here trying to pod and conduct his business, right? So he really was leaving it alone, and he was checking dude temperatures. Ant did some YA baby shit. He checking dude. When he walked in, he checked dude's temperature to see where he was at. He wasn't going to speak to him until he said something to Ant.
Right.
And based upon how he spoke to Ant was going to be how Ant was going to respond. And Ant pretty much let it go until, it came back up.
I think Ant just wanted to make it clear that he was not going to be viewed as somebody who in any way got disrespected in this situation. And even if that meant him sort of prematurely turning up to just make it clear that he doesn't deal with people who disrespect his hood or whatever, he just wanted to make it perfectly clear that that's where he's at.
Listen, all I know, Ant's punchline is what put the icing on the cake.
What?
So what we doing? Them squabbling words. I don't care if it's you and your brother, you and your relative, and one of y'all's a Damu and one of y'all's a Kiwi. So what we doing means you doing it, right? After he didn't answer, Ant went on to roll his blunt. Oh boy, over there like he got a nerve problem, leg bouncing, the chat eating him up, telling him he got marked out. See, what you got was what he had for Ant, but he didn't want to approach Ant with that. Like that, bro, everybody know Adam ain't passing no money in this building. You come in this building looking for some money, you shit out of luck.
Instantly. Like he thought he was going to get paid 5 minutes after we finished.
You already told him, you said, hit bro, and he going to pay you, right?
Yeah.
So.
And even like I told him, I'm like, he'll get you paid by the end of the hour.
That's a fact.
That somehow still was not good enough for him. That's when I was like, oh, right, this is about something else.
Bro, you know you lined him.
But this is hours after that, because keep in mind, that's a 4-hour podcast, and that situation probably happened like almost 2 hours into it. And so the chat is going nuts. You know how it looks.
His
when
phone is going crazy.
You see the chat at a normal speed, and then something like that happens, and then the chat is all of a sudden, it looks like a Kike Sinat chat. Like, it's just going nuts.
It's going nuts.
And the thing is that they were both seated in such a way that they didn't have to turn their head. They didn't have to do anything to see it. They're both perfectly in the line of it, and the chat is like 90%.
Listen,
King Pill, use a bitch, and have been stood on business.
Let me explain something to you. The chat was whooping his ass so bad, Munchie B could see it. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, he probably knew what was going on without having to look.
Well, he tried to curve it. Munchie B tried to curve. He tried to like move on and start talking about other things, you know. But you know, his homeboy called in and they was calling me all day. Some dude named Time Bomb. It was like 4 or 5 of them on the phone, highly upset because they called me a month ago. And I told him, I said, bro, believe it or not, King Pill's the face of 456 when it comes to social media. Yep. So everything he's doing, when he's walking in with his shoes off and shirt off, that's a representation of y'all. I said, when he do something totally out of line and they was bothering him, that's a neighborhood that you never see in the blogs about anything, no BS. Now it's like 456 got punked. 456 got. They don't know how to psychologically deal with that because they don't come from that.
So this is the guy that you did the little interview with.
Yeah, that's
earlier?
one of them. But see, when he first met King Pill, he was with a Crip that had all kind of disrespectful tattoos on his face.
Really?
And they chased him down then. So he said this time, you know, a lot of homies was, you know, people from Pomona ain't really had to. The closest thing to push come from Big Percy, who be with Snoop. And I think he had a Southside Village over there. Okay. He had a little rap group that was doing something, but you know, that's the borders city like Long Beach is to the next county, right? So they was kind of letting him do his thing, seeing what happened. But now, you know, I told him, I suggested, I said, look, bro, I don't think y'all should put him off. I think it need to be a sit down, some guidance, some stipulations. You know, if y'all gonna do a little DP, you know, keep it light and keep it moving, right? There's some value in him. He didn't kill. Now I'm gonna tell you, bro, for real, we can't be looking crazy. Dude did too much disrespect. Cause you be wanting to play motherfucking what's that pastor dude, that white pastor, that big white pastor, this that dude name? Yeah, you
Joel
like
Osteen.
to play Joel Osteen and forgive him, motherfucker. Listen, bro, you can't have the building looking weak like that. When a dude violate, he violated.
So you're saying he can't come back? Because I agree with that.
Bro, you can listen, bro. Like, because then you're going to have the build looking crazy.
No, yeah. I mean, just anyone who has that kind of pussy ass energy that like puts shit out and then can't stand on it. It's just like we really should only like we can engage with J-Cats to make fun content, but they just can't become part of the actual.
Well, here's
crew.
the problem, bro.
Yeah.
This is where he violated. No Jumper is built on the basketball.
Can you believe that?
He knocked 6 basketballs.
3, I think.
Off the hoops.
I picked them up, so I think it was 3.
Right? And I'm watching them. Oh, he better not knock the one with my name on it that somebody already crossed out on it.
Did somebody?
Already, they crossed it out already.
Oh, my God.
You win. Your mama's a man and your man is a mama. Whoever did it, that's to you. Right? So, now, at the end of the day, certain things you just can't know. If he'd have just like, man, Adam, give me my bag, you on some bullshit, or talk to you in a way that you didn't feel like you had to push him off for you. Because, see, if the wrong people would have been up here, it would have went up.
Or if he hadn't waited until the wrong people had already left. Because you know that if Aunt Jefe was standing there watching that take place, he probably would have immediately peeped like, hey, I think that aggression is meant for me. What's going on?
He'd have told you, homie, bag up. It would have went up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It'd have been a problem. So it was like.
God, I wish Brick was there. That would have been wild.
Brick would have got his ass whooped.
Yeah, right.
He'd have smashed Brick.
I don't know.
Brick Brick got injuries too, bro. That's why I never really wanted to like have to touch him. Yeah. Bro got injuries for real though. Like like when I know somebody got injuries, it's like he got like some spine.
He's also got more skulls than you got squabbles. Anyway,
yeah, that's great. Yeah. He told the feds that too.
He didn't tell
You're right.
them.
And I got an F on the gangbang report card.
Oh, F minus, right?
F minus. Yo, I want y'all to document that. Please document that. You know, I got an F minus. That means my gangbang is non-existent.
Does anybody know whose channel that is? Like who that guy is?
Nah, I don't know who that dude.
Because I feel like he's doing a very intense job of like protecting his identity. But when he's talking, sometimes he'll mention like, yeah, I was hanging out in this area the other day. Like when he's doing all the valley hoods and shit, like he seems like he just knows too much about this area to be an outsider. So he's definitely like a dude around here. I just have no idea who he is.
He ain't no different than dude that used to do the report card.
We're talking about rap news and street politics.
Yeah,
no, I don't think he's a zest monster.
Yo, what you think about YouTube?
What do you mean? Oh, yeah.
Oh, you seen that?
I'm talking about rap news and street politics for the record, which, by the way, super generic name for a title, so it's kind of hard to remember, but it actually is the best street politics channel on YouTube. He fucking kills it, even though I disagree with him giving you an F minus.
No.
I think you deserve a D minus.
I totally agree with him.
I'm just kidding.
See, this is why you can't give me a gangbang grade. I'm not a gangbanger.
Okay, there you go. Yep.
Boy, when I was gang banging, listen, bro, we didn't wait to run into. Like, you know, we took them movies for real. We stalked. You know what I'm saying? We believed in nature when we gang bang. You know what I'm saying? The predator and the prey. So I am glad that I'm not in this world today as a gang banger.
For sure. That's a good cope. I like it. Oh, wait. Can we talk about this? Did you see the old video of King Pill where he's banging Crip and Blood at the same time?
Okay, so I did my research on this.
You already watched this?
I watched it, and I got some thoughts about this.
Okay. It's on the No Jumper Instagram for people who haven't seen it.
And see, I'm like this because I'm not one of them dudes that just follow the sheep, right? I'm a wolf. I believe King Pill is Haitian. Is he Haitian?
I have no idea.
I believe he's Haitian. They're saying that's the Haitian flag around his neck. So when I Googled the Haitian flag, it's blue and red, right? So then I'm looking at what's symbolic about his song, right? And what he has on. When we put in work back in my day, we got blued up. His song is called Slide. So I'm looking at that different, right? You know, I don't fuck with the dude, but I don't just be called in no bullshit.
So you think this is like a thing where they impersonate Crips to go assassinate people?
We definitely did. My era did that a lot. When the homies saw us moving through the hood like that, they getting out the set because they know the police coming or the ops is finna slide back.
But you wouldn't have gone and done a music video while still wearing that uniform, right?
No, definitely. Yeah, but today, you got Crips be flamed up and Bloods be blued up just on some natural shit. It's different today. So I looked at it. I believe that's the Haitian flag. I believe he's Haitian. And listening to the Slide thing, you know what I didn't like about it? He had a bunch of kids in the video.
That's always awkward, bro.
It's like he brought them all a big stick of some Now Laters, some Doritos.
Yeah.
And said, put on these blue shirts and blue shorts.
Like in the video I just did in Houston with CEO Gucci that should be dropping next week, he's like talking about how his ops won't pull up and won't shoot this bitch up, and how if they do, they got 300 shots, like rah, 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 rah. And then he's like got his like 1-year-old cousin on his shoulder. Yeah, and I'm just like, bro, I feel so uncomfortable with these two things coexisting side by side, even though I get it. Like the kids are around and you still have to protect yourself, but just freaks me out a little bit.
Yo, yeah, man.
Whack topic? We're doing a whack topic here? What you got?
I wish him to, I just know my artist up to something.
Drew Carr?
Yeah, he popped up on me.
He's in the room.
You know, his little bit, he up to something. I don't know. You know what I noticed today? The little bastard done grew like 3-4 inches.
Yeah, okay.
Motherfucker taller than me now.
Right. Now, how old are you?
29.
29. He ain't still growing.
Nah, that motherfucker didn't grew. His ass didn't grew. He didn't grow.
I don't know what they talking
Yeah,
about.
Oh, okay.
look,
It's on me.
yeah. He was still on. He was still on Infamil milk when I got his little
At
ass.
this time, you feel me? I done sized up. You gotta see the difference. You feel me? You probably seen it the other day.
Okay.
But right now, I'm sized.
Shout out True Car.
Now I'm gonna tell you one thing that hasn't grown. 5 years, his braids will not grow. They still the same.
Oh, shit. You gotta get some fake dreads. Fake dreads.
Now you gotta do what 600 did.
Now I'm hanging.
Yeah.
You gotta do what 600 did. You gotta get the extensions.
I'm definitely not going extensions on them. I can't swag on my regular. Nah, man, I'm just swinging when I'm sliding in the car with the window down. I'm swinging for sure.
Yeah. Hey, yo, so now.
What about 600 eating the watermelon, talking about 4 Extra, and I guess somebody made him delete it?
Now, here's the thing.
To me, anytime you talk about something that's super serious while eating, it comes off like a diss.
600 is on a watermelon diet.
Oh.
So I guess a certain time, from one time throughout the night, he can only eat watermelon and like cantaloupe. So that's what he's on. But
I do know if you want to become a professional eater, one of the ways you train for that, to eat huge amounts of food, is to eat watermelon because it helps expand your stomach.
Well, I don't want to eat a lot of watermelon then. But I think 600 approach was, hey, take this as a learning lesson. You know, let's not look at this as a bad thing. It's bad for 4 Extras, but y'all need to be careful. And I'm going to be real. I believe 4 Extras saved a lot of people. Because when people saw that, a lot of people said, man, I'm not going to mess with the fireworks.
I'm not really a firework guy.
I think a lot of people was like,
when I saw
I'm
that,
cool on the fireworks.
Yeah, I was like, oh, in the future, I will 100% be much, much more careful than I ever would have been otherwise, even though I probably wouldn't have done that kind of thing.
I gave a whole keg away.
Yeah.
I left it.
Really? I know a lot of people who said the same thing, that they gave up their fireworks at that moment.
I seen that, and I've seen some things happen before right in front of my face. Right? But, like, bro, and I'm not front. I can't be mad at the people that thought that was AI. And I still right now think somebody doctored up that original picture.
I don't think so. That was right after it happened.
If you look at that original picture, bro.
It looks like his whole hand is gone.
And you look at today, how his hand is wrapped.
Yeah.
It looked like everything was in pieces gone.
Yeah.
Today it looked like 3 of them.
We still haven't seen it.
A couple of them is still there. So
the cast looks like it's like this. Like it's like he maybe has this finger or maybe 2 and then the thumb and then the 2. But I feel like, I don't know. That photo definitely made it look like the whole entire hand was gone.
What was crazy is I didn't even realize my grandfather all my life only had this.
Really?
I thought about, my grandfather has a knuckle line and a thumb.
Yeah.
And I never paid it any attention because when I was born, he was like that, right? But he was a painter. He used to paint buildings and shit, drive cars and do everything. I thought about it. I said, you know what? He ain't going to be that bad because my grandfather lived with it all his damn life. I don't know what happened to him. I thought it was some normal shit.
I mean, I'm going to be real with you. The first serious like girlfriend I had, to any extent, I'm talking like dated her for like a couple months when I was like 13, was missing multiple fingers. First hand job I ever got was with the other hand.
So you was that much of a Poindexter to where you had a dated chick that didn't have all her
She was cute. She was a year older than me. I was like 13. She was like 14. And I mean, she was cute.
So you dated the chick on the street nobody wanted?
No, she was hot. Like she actually, like she was hot. And to be honest with you, like I knew a lot of people who had been in school with her since elementary school who didn't know that she was missing fingers, even though she had been missing fingers since birth, because she used to always be doing this move. She'd be tucking it behind her back. Like a lot of people didn't know that she was missing those fingers. And I mean, I don't know. I didn't really let it bother me, but she also like, I never even really got a good look at it because she was always tucking it in her shirt, hiding it.
I've seen people with like a baby finger. And then one time, I'm such an asshole for this. We was in Lakeview Terrace, and my boy Lil Wayne Peoples, his girlfriend was there. I'm not gonna say her name. And I just happened to be looking at the ground, and you know she had on sandals, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm a counter. Like I'll be the counter to bricks on the wall, not realizing the amount of letters on the freeway sign. So I'm looking down, and I'm like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Damn! She had 12 toes.
Shut the f up.
I swear to God. Swear to God, if I call my homeboy right now, he'd be like, he's not lying. Because I was like, damn! And I started pointing. I guess they all knew. So she had 12 toes, 6 and 6. She had a 6-pack for real.
Yes, there have been cases of people being born with 12 toes. This condition is called polydactyly, and it's a relatively common birth defect.
Just what I'm telling you.
Oh, well, okay. Having 12 as opposed to 11 is kind of rare. Like 11 is not that rare, but 12 is very rare.
She had 6 and 6.
Huh.
And I just found myself
it occurs in about 1 out of every 1,000 births. That means we've met tons of people in our life who have 11 or more toes.
Listen.
What the
Listen to me, bro.
I've
seen people that was growing another like pinky right here, but it was just small.
Yeah.
I've seen that.
My brother-in-law got a stupid third nipple. Not Josh. But like on his belly on the side, he got a nipple. Like it doesn't have like a circle around it. Bro. No, well, whatever you want to call it. But like, you know how like a girl's nipple or whatever is going to stick out. Maybe like that, like the middle circled piece.
And you pull it on.
It's like, I want to pull on it every time I see it. I want to. I'll pull with them, but I want to.
Yo, so everybody's saying the state of no jumper. Now I sent Remo some things. Did he send them to you?
I don't know. Probably not.
He's an asshole.
You were talking about you want to give R&B a chance as a host.
No, that's something else. I feel like we should do no jumper teens. Has nothing to do with us. They're talking their talk. They got a whole nother world out there that we don't understand, that they can drive traffic, heavy TikTok presence, the shit they talk about. We don't know because they don't give a shit about what we talk about. And I'm saying this because when you look at the news and you look at what other people do, it's kind of different, but it's a little similar, right? We just talk about it different. And I believe we need a female show, like 4 women. Like crazy, like Lupe, damn homies, R&B, and somebody else.
Wow.
That shit'll be crazy, right? We don't know where it's going. Let them talk about whatever they want to talk about.
My thing, you could never have an all-female show on No Jumper. It always has to be a man in the building because you can never be lacking the male perspective. Men do not want to hear women just be able to talk about themselves unchecked.
Well, okay, well, shit.
So there has to be at least one man in the building.
Make the third seat the guest male or whoever we put in there.
We've always struggled to develop a female host. We tried Damn Homie, and that was explosive to say the least. But, you know,
I think if she lived out here, that could work. I'm saying, listen, bro.
But her time on the show ended up mostly being colored as the destruction of Sharp.
Listen, Lupe was Sharp drunk her piss and ate her out when she was bleeding, which, you know, ain't nothing wrong.
Very freaky bullet.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, but that ain't your queen. Like, so I don't know what you're doing right.
That ain't pee.
So I'm saying, if you look, Lupe, that's crazy. R&B is a grown-ass woman, but she can adjust from top to bottom. Mm-hmm. Damn Homies is what it is. And you leave that third seat for a male, I guess sometime. Can you imagine that Kevin Gates sitting in there with some shit like that? Oof. You see what I'm saying? Like I'm just saying a little, it's not our crowd, but it's a crowd we can develop.
This is my thing. I love the idea of us creating new shows, but we have to build up the hosts by having them on stuff like the news, like the No Jumper show, etc., before they could potentially be part of like a new thing that's separate from me and what we already have established. We have to prove that there's some degree of comfortability with the audience and them on our existing shows.
But watch this.
They have to become popular on the news in order for us to branch out with them.
The 3 people we mentioned, the world knows them in some kind of way.
But we don't know what R&B the podcaster is like.
Who?
Everyone.
Who don't?
The internet.
I don't agree with that.
I've seen her like on the podcast one time talking about relationship with you and stuff, but I don't feel like I really got the vibe of what her talking about current events on the news might be like.
You know what her Clubhouse presence is?
No.
Crazy.
Well, okay.
Like,
we gotta try her out. Let's get her on the news next week. Let's do it tomorrow.
I'm gonna be real with you, and it's some real shit.
Right.
She's probably the only one that could destroy me on Clubhouse. They will follow her over me.
I love the idea of that.
This is a fact.
Like, I would love to cause a breakup for you.
It's a whole relationship side, right? That she comes from. That's bigger than our side. So when I pulled her to my side, kind of street ratchet politics shit, she kind of adapted that character as well, right?
Okay.
So she got this little weird mix and balance to where them people, if I'm on the phone, they be like, where R&B? I said, hey, stop saying her name. I got another chick with me. Mm-hmm. They're literally calling her phone to snitch on me.
I just want to warn you about what this might turn into. Is a lot of times when you have a girl on a podcast, you like her at first. Why? Because she's cute, because she says funny things once in a while, but then you do dozens of episodes together, and as time goes by, you start to get sick of her because, let's be real, I don't know how to say this in a politically correct way, but many women, guys, I don't know how to say it, some women are kind of retarded, and you don't really realize it because you're so blinded by how pretty they are and how sweet they are.
Retarded.
I know, but with men, you can sniff it out right away, and with guys, a lot of times it takes you a while because we're so blinded by their boobs and the scent of the vagina that we just don't really realize it. A lot of women are given chances on podcasts that, did they not have their femininity, would just never happen.
That's great.
And I'm just saying, this is what's going to happen.
What's up?
Let's say that R&B became a repeat figure on a show like the No Jumper Show or like the News, etc. As time goes by, people might be super nice to her at first, but as time goes by, and I've kind of seen this with Melissa Ford and the Joe Budden podcast. Granted, I only know about this from Danny from the Sobs videos, but it feels like as time goes by, the prettiness, the charm starts to wear away. All of a sudden, people start keeping it real with them, start kind of being weird to them, being mean to them, not appreciating their takes, etc. I don't know if you're ready to be able to tolerate that, were that to happen.
Do you understand?
You're going to come in here, don't nobody talk to my woman like that.
Do you understand she from the 100 side of Clubhouse? Do you understand the scrutiny she deals with? She built for that shit. I don't think you understand the hate she receives.
On Clubhouse, you can't do anything to the people on Clubhouse because you don't even know who they are. You don't know where they're at, etc. On this, it's going to be, that's a 40-minute drive.
Well, let me explain something
for you to show up and turn up on Brandon for talking crazy to her.
Let me tell you something. This how personal it got. We didn't have women send the feds to our house from Clubhouse. This a fact. But her mama, we would fuck Hong Kong somewhere. Hong Kong, her mama called talking about the feds at the door. A lady from Clubhouse called and reported you on. I don't think you heard her talk crazy. That woman is burnt the fuck out.
Oh, really? I'd like to see that side of her.
I'm gonna send you some clips.
Yeah.
This is a fact. But I'm saying it ain't just about her. Listen, I want that show with those 3-4 women to be 20% No Jumper, 80% brand new fan base. Because you know what that does? That moves the subscribers up because these are people that aren't already here.
I do agree with that. That's one of the
all I'm saying.
The main benefits that you get from having a woman on the show is that now there's a female perspective, and then to a lot of women, they kind of need a female perspective in order to pay attention. Like even my wife, she used to watch the No Jumper Show all the time when Cam Girl was on there back in the day. As soon as Cam Girl was on it, all of a sudden we're talking about cripping and all this shit, and then all of a sudden she stopped watching.
I'm saying the way the news is structured is structured. The way this is structured is structured. I believe that female show with the one man, I agree with you with that, and No Jumper teens. Bro, even if it's just a summertime thing when they out of school, No Jumper teens.
So you're thinking like young teens, like still in high school. Okay.
15 to 19.
To me, podcasting wise, like even like 21 is still super young.
No, that.
One time I went back to my high school and I did a podcast with the Nashua High Podcast Club. I don't even know if it made its way to the internet, but you know, it's just, it occurred to me while doing that like being interviewed by 16, 17-year-old boys, like, this is just not something that most people are good at when they're young.
No, listen, bro. Listen what I'm telling you. Streaming is dictated by the youth, not by us. We do good numbers with our crowd, which is probably like 25 to goddamn 50.
I agree with you, but those 14-year-olds, you know who they watch? They watch Kai Cenat, who's 21, because even at him being 21,
I'm glad you said that.
He seems young as f***. So to them, they can relate to him. I feel like a 14-year-old is not really watching long-form content from other 14-year-olds.
15 to 19. And we do their kind of shit. Let them do their thing.
Listen, it's not about the age range, though. It's about the person. It is. If you had star podcasting talent, even if they were 17, 18, whatever, we can put the blicks away, tell them, no, don't light any blunts. We don't want the kids to breathe in any weed.
No, we can't do that anyway. We can't do none of that. Listen.
It's not like we stop when Lush is bringing his new 15-year-old BFF through.
Listen, I don't know what y'all got going on with that.
Lush be bringing in a different Edgar boy every week.
Yeah, Lush is weird.
Yeah, he be turning them out. But
what the fuck is going on? Yo, what you got going on?
Just kidding, Lush. Just kidding.
What I'm telling you is this, bro. What I'm telling you is this. Is that's a total different crowd. Now, I'm glad you brought up Kai.
Yeah.
You see what his crowd has done for him? We ain't saying we can grab his whole crowd. But if we get a percentage of them people that say, hey, it's a show over there that we can identify with that's talking about what we think is silly but is relevant to them, we get new eyes.
I do agree with you. It's a good idea to bring in the younger generation and stuff because I do feel like when
I don't want no young gangbangers, no young rat, like fuck all that.
Right, bro. But I'm just saying like when I was younger or when I was, doing the Lil Pump content, the X content, I definitely noticed that my fan base was younger at that time. I would be having the 14-year-old kids run up on me in a way that maybe they don't as much now since our content.
And guess what happens?
I think it skews a little bit older now.
Guess what happens?
What?
Once their segment goes off, whatever that crowd is looking at them, guess what keeps rolling? Other no jumper content, right? I'm just simply saying,
I'm just saying it's about the individuals. So if you
let's try to find
me some people who seem like they have potential and let's try it out.
Have you been seeing the AI Compton grannies is gangbang?
I did, yes.
Those are the people that's doing it.
I know.
And somebody kidnapped their idea. Yeah, so now I'm gonna try to get them to see if they could do like some incredible. I got the Incredible Kids, some animated shit for that. But that shit, I thought it was real people.
Me too. I literally sent it to the group chat thinking it was real grandmas banging hoods, and I didn't watch the whole thing. If you watch the whole thing, by the end, it's pretty obvious that it's fake because they start saying absurd things. But I wanted to ask you about this. Is we're in a group chat, me, you, Remo, and 607 Unk.
Oh man,
you guys! I had to put my phone on Do Not Disturb at one point. There was probably an evening in which 500 texts were exchanged between you and him. He was probably 400 of them, but it was like a manic episode taking place on my phone. People will remember that our last episode, we promised an episode with 4 Extra and 607 Unk that never came about. 607 Unk has yet to return to Los Angeles. I am told that he is in Nevada right now, and there is a chance that we will be doing a podcast in the near future. I don't want to promise anything since he has let us down like 15 times now on various podcasts.
You got to remember, he called me and said, hey, can you sit in on the pod with me and 4 Extras?
Right.
Right? I didn't want to do it. Right? Because it put me in an Anne Jefe type situation.
Where you would feel like you had to turn up to defend your people.
Yeah, right. So, when we move things in our schedule, Adam, you know what I'm saying? I move things in my schedule.
It's a big deal.
Right? And then he starts to do the thing he does. So now my mind is, I think dude think we need him.
Yeah.
Right? And that's why I'm like, you know what? That's why I was like, bro, we don't need you. Like you, this platform was what it was, right? You needed to expand. People are gonna play out on you because you're a gimmick, right? They gonna get tired of laughing at the same, looking in the sky and rubbing on the cup, right? So the funny part about it is he called himself trying to backyard stunt. Right? Did you catch that one?
What do you mean? Oh, you guys.
He put a look at my backyard, Wack. You could never, right?
Right.
So I said, you don't want to play backyard wars.
Yeah.
So I put the backyard up, right? So I said, bro, you got a bunch of trees back there.
And he's in an Airbnb.
I don't know where the fuck he's at, but I know when I put that backyard up, he stopped talking about it. He went to his all love and all this. And I'm like, look, bro, like you said, bro, if you're going to come in, all this. I think he gets high and then he's like, who can I bug?
Right.
Because it gets irritating.
Because he sent the fucking cease and desist in the middle of the podcast yesterday. To me, it was obvious that this was made with AI. Or it's not from a real lawyer. I laughed
cease
at
and desist what?
But I think he's getting sick and tired of us not paying attention to him. Like he wants to be back in that. Because I think he thought when he was on No Jumper that he was just lit now and that it was going to last forever. And then I think it started to slow up. And it's like, listen, I know he has his own fan base, but it's weird to me when he tries to flex his backyard to you when you've got a house that like you own that has a fucking gigantic backyard. And even he tries to flex his views to me. And I'm like, congratulations, you did 1.5 million views this month. I did 30 million views this month on YouTube. Like you can't flex on me. Like you got a long way to go before I even give a fuck about where you're at as far as all this shit goes. And I mean, for me personally, like he hasn't completely crossed a line where I don't want to fuck with him at all. I definitely think a little bit less of his character at this point, just given some of the bullshit that he's been doing. But in particular with you, it felt like at one point in that argument that he was kind of threatening your children and your girl.
He did all that. So this is what bothers me is when you do that and then play victim.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So them type of dudes, I don't even want to have a conversation with you. If you're going to play the game, let's play the game out. Maybe you hit me in my mouth, maybe I hit you in yours. We're going to keep it where it's supposed to be. But dudes like that who will say something crazy to you, and then the minute you say something crazy back, they're the victim. Nah, I can't do that.
Even if he basically, like imagine if he comes back. Well, automatically, it's like we have to be unbelievably careful about having you around mixed groups of people because anybody associated with where Extras is from is not going to be able to just see you and let it go.
The whole red flag. He didn't diss.
And you, yeah, I mean that. Yeah, gang members in general are basically just off limits for having around him because that whole situation, like him taking credit for 4Extra's hand blowing off. Bruh, there's a lot of people who want to see you over that, I guarantee. They're probably not even thinking about it like that because it's such a small fish to fry in comparison to the homie losing his hand. But for sure, you run across somebody from Rome 40s, they're going to very much figure it out real quick.
Bro,
we want to touch you.
Bro Rogan. Bro Rogan will be on the news.
Yep.
Older gentleman.
Yep.
Called me.
Tight pants.
He was banging on the table that angry that 607 had did or said whatever he said about 4Extras.
Yeah.
And he ain't never like that. He pretty, you know.
I've never seen him get aggressive.
Yeah, he was upset. So if he upset, I can only imagine the people not feeling it. And I keep telling dude like, bro, this the West Coast, bro. Like, even you saying I'm Crip blood on both of them, you playing with something.
Yeah.
Like, stop playing with that.
Yeah.
Then you didn't went so far that you didn't diss something. And now it's like you think you at the gas station. You ain't safe out here. Negroes is in all crevices. You be in Woodland Hills thinking you eating, and it be a G over there right there sending a pin drop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Did you see this video?
Happen.
There's a video that came out that has been doing pretty good views-wise about 607 Dunks past before No Jumper, and it's pretty crazy.
A-Verb them was behind doing that.
Really?
A-Verb can't stand it. He knows everything about him. They lived in the same. We need to bring him out here. The battle rapper. He knows everything about him. They lived in the same building, and he knows about his voodoo teachings and all. He knows the person that taught him. He knows everything.
Yeah.
No, for real though. He called.
Wait, so the voodoo thing is real? He's really into that?
He said, "Wack, that is real."
Huh. Wow. That's interesting.
Yeah, that's real. So, maybe that's something they do out there, part of their culture. But when you get south, that exists. I was taught if you didn't believe in it, it won't affect you. But I've seen R&B do some weird shit.
I invite any voodoo practitioners out there, Jews, Christians, Muslims, wish death on me. Let's play the game because I ain't worried about all that.
I saw R&B take a jar and start putting some weird shit in there.
Was it boric acid?
No, bees, and just shit. And I don't even ask what's going on because I don't want to know what's going on.
R&B does voodoo as well.
She from Mississippi.
That doesn't mean that she definitely does voodoo.
She was born with your ass grew up in Greenville. Now. God damn it. You're born over there. Yes, like I didn't see.
Hey, I've known some magic practitioners throughout my time. XXXTentacion, they were doing spells and shit, bro. Weird shit. They were talking about sacrifices and all kinds of shit.
Now, Marley Marl has told me stories about something about the heels and the goat. For financial, I don't know. I get away from it because I just know about a nigga coming out the bush on you, and you better be ready. That's the closest thing to hoodoo or voodoo I know.
So if a dude just comes out of the
that's
bush?
it. I don't know. Yeah, that's it. That's all. I don't know nothing about the spirit world. That's finna turn your ass into a spirit, right? That's what I don't know nothing about. But I've watched my woman, and I'm like, what is she doing with that jar? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell's going? I don't ask no questions.
What about a voodoo doll?
I've seen it, but I don't know.
What about a goo-goo doll?
I don't ask questions. I don't want to. Listen, I believe it's things in this world that's bigger than what we like. We know what we know, but it's. I believe in the spirit world. I do believe in that. Because you lose certain people in your life, you start feeling tugs, and they talk to you in some type of way. I mean, I know you've dreamt about something and then seen it later on, right? I've done that many. Like, bro, I seen this whole setup, right? Go right. Like I've seen it. I've walked out the house on the way to the airport or on the way somewhere and got in the car, tug, go back in the house. Go in the house, go to sleep, wake up. Everybody got shot. Police raided, everybody went to jail. But I started to feel that once my brother passed. When people real close to you pass, I believe they kind of assign themselves to you. So I don't down it, but I try to stay away from it because it's kind of real spooky.
That would be nice. I would like to be contacted by some of the dead homies. Or even my cat, honestly.
Your cat.
I just miss him. And he hasn't contacted me.
He died of natural causes?
Yeah, we paid a doctor to put him down in front of us.
Oh, he was old.
It was done.
Got you.
Yeah, it was sad at the end there. Okay.
You cried over the cat?
Yeah.
Little bitch.
Yeah, had to cry over bitch. Tony, man.
Crying over cats. We don't cry over our pet bulls. We just bury their ass, cat, raise some more.
That was a good cat.
I got about 8 dogs in my backyard right now. That's a fact.
Okay. So Charleston White says that
the feds.
He says the feds work at No John Brown. I thought you guys were cool, but I guess he was saying that what was the actual quote?
No, he says, listen.
He says you are never seen in LA, which I feel like that's not something that someone you're friends with would say.
Well, I mean, that's very weird. I don't know. You know, I went to go do a interview with Loon. Balloon.
Big Sloth. What up?
So
I with Loon.
So when I pulled up,
it's a thing.
He like, damn, Wack. I said, what's up? He looking around. I said, why you looking around? He said, you by yourself, just you and your girl. I said, well, who else you want me to be with? Man, they make it look like you. I said, listen, bro, them is trolls. Those people ain't from out here. They don't know what the hell's going on.
Wait, but so Loon was out here doing podcasts?
Yeah, I did like a 4-hour segment with him. I don't know
4 hours?
Yeah, like 2 weeks ago, like a week and a half ago.
A long one.
Yeah, I did like 4 hours with him. And
is he still with Charlamagne's shit, the Black Effect Network?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah, he did tell me he interviewed you.
Back in the day before because you know, like, I think a lot of people came to know about Loon from him basically.
Lil Baby.
No, well, but then he basically like went on Andrew Schultz's podcast with Charlamagne and trashed academics. And then that kind of became how a lot of people got familiar with
it. I like his style. He kind of laid back and he uses that to try to set you up.
Oh, really?
You know what I'm saying? But, you know, it's kind of like, I don't know what us, I'm going to be real. I got one method, podding. I don't give a
Right.
That's it. Whatever it is, it is. And I'm not, because when you care, then you find yourself trying to like stay away from something. I'm running right into the fire. They was talking about the badge. I walked into the news and put everybody on the wall.
Right.
I don't care. It is what it is, right? So with Loon, I think that's what he enjoyed about me. He said, Wack, you didn't duck no questions. He said, that's why I wanted to interview you, because you don't duck nothing.
Right.
Charleston White just be saying shit.
Yeah.
Did you see his thing about the situation going on with the unaliving of the white kid and the teenager dude?
So now that we're talking about Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah.
So basically, like, he raised a shitload of money from people who were basically saying that he was the victim in this situation. I think it was over $500,000. And then after that, he ended up getting charged with murder. And apparently, like, from everything I've heard, there's basically no defense. He sounds like he's guilty. I guess he's 17. He's going down.
Negative.
You don't think so?
Negative. Because you over there,
Charleston,
we ain't doing that.
Charleston like wished jail upon him, and now is saying that he takes it back, even though now is when we have enough information to say pretty conclusively that this kid deserves to be locked up.
First of all, the two brothers is bullies. They knew jujitsu.
But they didn't do anything.
Don't matter because he didn't allow them to do it. See, the days of us...
because he pulled out a knife and fucking killed him.
Here goes the problem.
He killed him.
The days of the black man allowing the white man to do something and then we accept it, or you do something.
The white
and
man
then
didn't do anything. As far as we know, he didn't do anything. He said, get the fuck out of my tent.
No, that's not their tent.
Well, either way, you're not allowed to kill someone because they tell you to get out of the tent.
Okay, so why would two brothers, big dudes, ball players, walk up on this young black kid?
To tell him get out of the tent, from what I understand.
Right? That's a bully move, right?
No, it's just get the fuck out of my tent.
Why?
That's not bullying.
But why?
Maybe they didn't want him in the tent. What would you do if some random guy tried to come into your tent?
But it wasn't their tent.
Well, they were occupying the tent, I guess.
No, they wasn't. If they were occupying it, they would have already been there when he came.
You want to bet that this guy's going to get off?
No, I think he's gonna get off.
You really think so?
They just put the paperwork out where they was they bullied some chick, some girl. Pull that up. I just got the content about a couple hours ago. So what I'm saying is, so y'all saying he should have just let the two white kids punk him and just get out the tent.
Well, I think that would have been a better option than killing one of them with a knife in the heart.
I don't think his intentions was to kill him. His intentions was to defend himself.
I'm just looking.
So you see no wrong in these two dudes who aren't security.
As far as what I've seen so far, no, I can't identify anything that they did wrong. On the other hand, him stabbing someone in the heart, I could say pretty definitively that.
So he was supposed to bow down and just submit to what they wanted him to do.
I think that would have been a better option than murdering someone, yes.
So you don't think they shouldn't have took matter into their own hands?
I think that's exactly what the law says you shouldn't do, yeah.
So you saying you should take matter into your own hands, go over there, two of y'all, talk crazy to this young black kid, tell him where he can't be, or else?
I don't think murdering one of them is a fair reaction to that.
I don't think he attempted to murder. He defended himself.
Usually when you stab somebody in the heart, that's a pretty clear-cut thing you wouldn't do unless you were okay with the idea of the other person dying.
When you're in fear, right, sustained fear, and you nervous like that, I think the problem is that race doesn't understand, like they say, systematic racism. I don't think they understand that which has been embedded in our mind when it comes to that type of situation. There's no town in America that says white people can't be in this town after a certain time. But it's towns in America, sundown towns, that says, if you're black caught over here, we're going to hang you. We're going to kill you.
I think it's pretty clear that you're just like trying to invent a situation to justify him committing murder.
Google sundown town.
I know what a sundown town is. I don't think that has anything to do with what happened in this situation.
In Texas, right?
Why are they charging him with murder?
Well, he's not charged with first-degree murder, is he?
But I'm not sure.
Is he manslaughter or something? You know, I hope they charge him with...
He's been indicted for first-degree murder and the stabbing death of Austin Metcalf.
That's a good charge.
He is being tried as an adult.
That's a good charge because able to accuse him of first-degree murder means that he had to plot, plan to execute
I don't think anybody thinks it was like that. Yeah.
But that's a good charge. That's the wrong charge. Now, if he'd had a manslaughter, I'd be a little nervous. But a first-degree murder means... he put it in his mind, right, that I'm going to do this to these individuals, right? So at the end of the day, you know, I'm not saying the kid being unalived is wrong, but what I am saying is bullying is not good. And that's a form, if we walk up on somebody 2-3 deep, one person, we know we're walking up on them to intimidate them to some point.
I think the difference between you and I is that my opinion about the situation would be the same if it was a black kid who killed two black kids or killed a black kid.
I would say they coming to bullying.
To you, it's all about race. To me, it's like this is a human situation.
This is definitely a race thing.
How?
Because
what indication do we have that race played any role in this?
Listen, brother, first of all, they had no right to walk up on that black kid the way they did.
He walked up on them.
No, he was in the tent.
He was the aggressor.
He was in the tent.
He went into the tent that they were already occupying.
No, they wasn't.
They asked him to leave.
They walked up in on the tent.
He stabbed him in the heart.
Okay, he told him I ain't going nowhere.
Right.
Ain't nothing wrong with a knife. We all keep a knife.
Yeah, but when you use it in a situation where you haven't been appropriately provoked and the result is murder, then you're going to be charged with murder and probably convicted.
Listen, the brother was a coward.
I know it's in you to always want to support the black dude. I just think it would be big of you to realize that this is a situation in which you're being blinded by the racial dynamics.
Bro, it could have been 2 black dudes walked up on him. I'm going to say y'all tried to bully him. He ain't doing nothing to y'all. Y'all not the supervisors. You not adults. Nobody else told him he had to move. Look, when you walk up on a dude, bro, and say, hey, homie, you got to move, you giving him an ultimatum. Because if he don't move, you pretty much saying you're going to move him or it's going to be a situation. Let's stop acting like you said, hey, guy, hey, Ted, hey, what's your name, Carmel? Hey, could you move? Because, we're kind of like seats are taken. No, they telling him, hey, man, you need to move. We don't want you over here.
But, okay, let's make the situation way worse because I don't believe that we actually know anything about this. But let's say that those white kids were actually extremely racist and they walked up to the black kid and called him the N-word and told him to get the fuck out. I still think it's murder if you stab the fucking kid who just called you the N-word in the heart and kill him.
Not if you
when you have the easy opportunity to just walk away.
Just walk away.
You can make it super racist.
Just walk away.
It's still murder.
Just walk away.
As far as what we know, it wasn't racist. And it's still murder.
Take these lashes and just go on back to the fields.
See, like you're trying to turn it into something that we do not have any reason to believe that it is. I'm going to tell you why.
When you're taught at home that some people are lesser, when you're taught at home that you're more dominant than other people, then you practice that.
Did you see what a fruitcake their fucking dad was? The dad was forgiving the kid for killing him right away. The dad was on some hardcore leftist cuck shit.
No, the dad beats
those kids were going to school or raised in an environment in which black people could do no wrong, from what I've seen from the dad.
The dad used to beat their mama ass, so let's stop acting like the dad is innocent.
What does that have to do with it?
I'm just saying, he's a mama asser beater. That's what it got to do with it. Stop acting like
maybe so. I'm not saying he's a saint. I'm saying he's
some soft dude.
I actually think he's a pussy, and his perspective was fucked because he basically like forgave the kid for killing his own son right away. Like, grow a fucking pair, buddy.
So what are you supposed to do? Hate the kid?
Yeah, at least for a little while.
Okay, so if it's okay for y'all to hate, why it ain't okay for us to hate?
No, it's okay to hate. You just can't kill. And it's especially acceptable to hate the kid who killed your son.
I'm not saying I wish the young man wasn't murdered, right? I don't wish murder on no child. I'm just simply saying, like, bro, let's not act like bullying. We got this black dude, I forget his name.
Even
got
if
like
they were bullying
anti-bully gang.
you still can't kill him.
They pull up in cars, bro, like all they cars and lowriders and big Chevys, K5s for kids is getting bullied at school, and they come pick the kid up in front of the school to show like, we ain't gonna let y'all keep bullying this kid. It's really like a thing, bro. Colorism in schools is another thing. Dark skin, light skin, white, black. It's a thing. So we cannot eliminate that these were 2 pretty big kids, white kids. And if you don't think when they walked up on that kid, they gave him an ultimatum? For real.
I wasn't there and I have not heard.
So I'm asking, like, you think?
I just think you're making it such an extreme situation because you have to make it an extreme situation in order to justify killing somebody.
I remember when I was a teenager, when we said we're finna go over here and say something to this person, we wasn't saying it in a nice manner.
Right.
We were being aggressive, or else. We were issuing the or else.
And if that person that you were being aggressive to, some would say bullying, if they had pulled out a knife and killed you, then that person would have been charged with murder. And I think that they would deserve to be charged that way.
So you're saying that it would have just, like, I wouldn't have played a role in it? Because if I would have never went over
I don't think you would have got charged.
Brother.
It would be mean. Sure. It's kind of mean.
Maybe he definitely went too far.
There's a lot of maybes, a lot of hypotheticals.
I don't think in his mind he knew what he was doing. It was going to kill the kid.
Maybe not.
I'm going to tell you why. He only hit him once.
That we know of.
Come on, bro. He stabbed him one time.
Well,
I didn't say it was multiple stab. And then I believe he went to get help.
Well, that's probably what I would do too if I killed somebody. I would probably try to
He
start
ain't know he
cleaning
killed
up.
him.
Anthony.
I think he stabbed him one time, like one time. What type of kid is this kid? Is he a nervous kid?
I don't know.
Has he been getting bullied, getting beat up at school, getting his lunch money took? We don't know.
Yeah, only once in the chest.
Once. He didn't keep.
Well, you got to give it to him. He's got a hell of an aim.
I mean, bro, like, you don't really think about that as a kid.
He should go into fencing or something if he ends up getting off.
I mean,
I'm just saying, I'm talking about stuff that we know, and it feels like you're kind of talking about a lot of stuff that maybe, what if it was like this?
No. I'm saying realistically, when two people walk up on one person to tell them to do something, they giving them an or else conversation.
Right.
It ain't like, hey, guy, you think you can move?
I don't know exactly what state this even took place in.
Texas.
But in Texas, okay. If you can walk away, you're supposed to.
So just
rather than stab him and kill him.
So he should have just
now maybe it was a situation where he couldn't have walked away, and in that case I have all the sympathy for him because that would be.
He was in a tent. I'm pretty sure they were standing in front of him.
Yeah,
for him to stab him in the chest, he had to be in front of him. I'm saying it's possible they could have put this kid in a situation where he was in a sustained fear type of situation, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And bro, look, I'd rather a dude with heart be in front of me than a scary person. A scary person will do something to you without thinking.
I would just rather have the non-killer in front of me in most situations.
Well, I mean, I don't think, bro, he stabbed him one time. I don't think he did that to kill.
And that's probably like the best defense for sure. Yeah.
I think he might have did that out of fear. I don't know what was said. We don't know if the brother's going to tell the truth. I don't know if Carmelo Anthony gave statements. Is there statements on what he said they said? I don't know.
I mean, it's pretty crazy because whenever I see videos of people fighting with knives, which you see a lot of in Europe, it's like there's a lot of this into like the collarbone, shoulder type area, a lot of that, and there's a lot of this into the stomach. You don't see a lot of because if you stab someone right here, you kind of know how that's going to go.
If you're going for the collarbone or shoulder, and somebody moves into you or any type of way,
I agree.
That knife could very, especially if it's one of those, it could very much end up in your chest, right? I'm a little shocked that first they said it was a tool for his spikes at first, right?
Really?
Now they're saying it's a real knife. Because when it was a tool because I guess he went in his bag.
Really?
Right?
Backpack on?
He had like a little bag, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, shit.
They're saying that he was suspended, wasn't supposed to be at the meet. I don't know. But I mean, shit, man, when I got suspended, we still went to the football games. You get what I'm saying? So maybe we weren't supposed to be there. You know, I wish him the best. I commend the father, but not condemning the young man, right? That kind of lets me know maybe the father wasn't a racist.
That's what I'm saying.
Maybe
there's no reason to think he was.
But maybe the mother raised him different. We don't know.
We really don't even have any reason to think that has anything to do with racism.
No, what I'm trying to get you to understand that black children have it in their heads, bro, that they are up against it when it comes to the white race. I'm telling you, especially in the South. Maybe out here, not so much. But in the South, bro, it's there. You know, it's there. You get what I'm saying? So, you know, I don't believe that they approached him in a calm way. I think they came at him kind of aggressive.
I mean, it's possible for sure. Okay, I have to dip relatively soon, but have you been paying attention to Nicki Minaj and Jay-Z and all this drama?
Yeah, I don't get why she's so upset. They saying she didn't sign the contract.
Yeah, and I guess she's taking that out on him. I mean, basically, a lot of the stuff that has been revealed is making it look like she is broke, which is kind of hard to imagine that she could be broke. I
don't know nothing about that. I just hear her saying she's owed money. I believe she had 3%. It was 15 artists that had 3%. This Prince and it was just going over this on Clubhouse on my way here.
But she never signed the paperwork so that she could have the ownership percentage of Tidal, which I assume is because she was holding out
No,
I was thinking that she was going to get a better deal, right?
I think what happened, it was 15 people giving 3%. Jay-Z maintained the 55%. I don't know if it was Cash App or some other company brought in the 33%, right? Which kind of like diluted their 3% to 2.5%. Okay. So they invested like $200 million into the company. Right now, I believe Jay-Z holds a position at the board, so he's probably getting paid a salary regardless of how it goes. But in the long run, the company was showing negative 40 million, 50 million, and then they got sued for 120 million by other labels. What Nicki has to understand is you're on the side of company, so you're absorbing all these lawsuits and these negatives that's going on. The buy-in is the buy-in. That's to sustain and maintain the company, right? So, and they said, I guess after that buy-in, I don't know if she's re-signed her contract like everybody else. What I do know is if this was a real situation like that, she wouldn't be on Instagram. Her legal would just be handling it.
Right.
You know, like,
yeah. Like if she thought she had a killer legal case, then she wouldn't just be tweeting nonstop about it, right?
It's what I think. Let's pay attention. I think within the next month or so, Nicki's going to announce an album. Maybe she's finna start a streaming platform. I think Nicki's causing this roar to introduce something else she's about to do. I could be wrong, but if we look up and Nicki's now streaming, doing some Kai Cenat type shit, or she releases an album or something, or a product, I think this is what that's about.
I think you mess with Jay-Z, bad things start happening to you. I think that this could spell the end of the Nicki Minaj era.
I think she should stop throwing her husband out there as if it's going to be handled in the street by him, because guys like Academics does what he did today and starts to wake up things about her husband that people have kind of like stopped talking about.
Whoa, Ack was going off on her husband today?
Well, I guess she's saying like, my husband want to holler, he'll pull up.
At Ack?
Y'all can handle it. I guess to Ack, to the other brother who made a comment, I always forget his name. So she's like insinuating that my husband will deal with this in the street.
Why does everybody have to always be on some tough shit? Like, we're talking about business, we're talking about social media. Like, why do we have to get into like, oh, somebody's going to beat you up?
So what Ack said was, tell your husband to meet me at the nearest daycare.
But I mean, I think that's kind of inaccurate, right? Because he allegedly like raped a 16-year-old.
He can't go around daycares.
Okay, well
that was what Ack was shooting a torpedo.
But I think when he raped the girl, like they were both like approximately the same age.
No,
right?
it definitely wasn't.
No,
he's registered. We pulled him up on Megan's Law. He's deaf. But see, this is the thing. By her bringing his name up, putting his name in there, it's waking it up for people to talk about these things. And I don't believe this deal had anything to do with him. She should just allow the powers to be to go head on and deal with this situation. You get what I'm saying? There's no need to throw this into the hands of her husband. I don't even think he's in the street or trying to be in the streets like that.
Yeah, they were both 16 at the time. Not that this makes the rape any better, but you know. Either way, I mean, I'm sure he's not allowed near a daycare. Or
yeah, he's definitely.
If he's on the registry, yeah.
Remember,
that's what he got in trouble for not checking in.
Not registering. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? So I just think she should deal with. I believe she's doing this because she's about to announce something. I could be wrong. I believe we're gonna see her announce I'm on a new streaming platform, or I got a product coming out, or she releases a song. She knows Cardi's coming. Cardi's due what, September or something like that. You know what I mean? I think she's doing this to put the light on her and the chatter on her so she can then present something else to the masses.
I can't believe that Cardi B is finally putting a fucking album out. It has been, what, like 8 years?
6 or 7.
It's been, I remember in
7 years.
2019. I think she put the album out in 2018. So 7 years.
7 years.
That's insane. Honestly, the debut single, the one that I keep hearing on the playlist.
You know why? You know what's insane about it?
I don't know.
That she still maintained the status that she has.
For sure.
That's insane.
But will she be able to maintain that if she puts out an album and it's a dud?
Well, it's already positioned to be number one because they have added songs from 2020 and 2022.
But those don't count for the streams.
They count for the overall, definitely. They won't count for the first week, but they will count for the overall.
Do they?
That's a fact. And the reason why it's happening like that is because those songs were done off of the original album budget. You know, Cardi has had children and she's had all kind of things happen in the last 7 years that kind of like threw her out of album mode. They already announced that 2 or 3 of those songs are going to be on there. It's saying that the album has already generated like 1.5 million. So it'll go for the overall count, just not the first week count.
Okay.
Which people probably won't respect the overall because
if the first week sales are bad and then the overall is good, but nobody ever ends up talking about overall until like way down the line. They'll be like, oh, I had this album, it went triple platinum. But yeah, usually people get hung up on the first week sales. Even
they won't go toward the first week at all.
Yeah. But realistically, like in the world we live in, it's just like people want to talk about that. Like, do you remember a time period in rap music where it felt like everybody was really excited about new rap music? And now it feels like everybody's just excited to have new music come out so they can hate on it?
Definitely. I definitely remember that.
It feels like hip hop as a subculture is more about hating on music than celebrating music. And I get that because even with me, it's like, there's really only so many like big artists who are putting albums out that I'm genuinely excited to hear stuff from. And even the artists that I like, a lot of times I'll listen to their new album and be like, that was okay.
It's different these days. I think because instead of listening to music, we paying attention to content. We got our first client, Mac Tay Living out of Baton Rouge. I interviewed him yesterday on Clubhouse, and he cussed me out.
He cussed you out.
So
I tell him to do that for attention?
No, I definitely didn't. Okay. He got mad because I was giving him some advice. So I got to re-interview him tomorrow on the Honey Show. Then we be posting his links, being Flacco. But he's a nice. He got some nice music. Mac Tay Living. I can't front. He got some nice music. He got a song called like California, Cali something. But he got some nice music. And I really want to work with him because he's nice, but he just got a short fuse. He's like 21. And I was asking.
Sounds like King Pill.
I was asking him about his criminal history, and he kind of told us a story on the honey floor that wasn't adding up.
You stabbed somebody in the chest at a football game?
No, he had juvenile life. He caught it at 14, and he was supposed to do till 21. At 15, somebody put a contract on his head. He said a Popeye spicy chicken sandwich. Right?
That was the contract?
That was the contract.
You kill him, you get a sandwich?
No, and they added red beans and sweet tea. So instead of whooping him, one of his good buddies in there, dope fiend him with a lock in the sock. Knocked him out. Then he says somehow he ends up in court where he's a victim. You should go to the infirmary and to the unit, to the hold for transfer. He ends up in court after a year, and the judge felt sorry for him, so they let him out 6 years early. I
hope everybody out there knows that they're listening to promo right now.
No, this is real.
A promo post.
No, this ain't promo. What do you think my floor did? The exposers on the floor.
Right.
They start calling him all kind of rats.
That's making you think twice about this business that you
no, bro, I didn't know. No, look, let me tell you something. Yeah. You know how they accuse us of somebody sitting here and them telling us a story, and we're feeding on the story, asking questions, and then they say, because of y'all, he incriminated himself. Bro, he came with the story. Adam, you do know they say that we intentionally ask people shit. How can we intentionally ask somebody something that we don't know they're going to talk about?
I 100% agree. Everybody out there, like, comment, and subscribe. Become a member of the Wack Pack for a mere $10 a month. And we're going to drop bonus content. We got to do a bonus episode this month, at least one.
Okay, let's definitely get that done.
All right, let's do that. Appreciate everybody out there.
And check this out. You've been exposed. Y'all up and coming rappers, bloggers, podcasters. Click the link on the Hunter Show.
Let's go.
And let's do it.